Iberia is gearing up for a major expansion this winter, adding 3 new destinations to its long-haul network, including Orlando, Florida. The Spanish carrier has confirmed that its new Madrid-Orlando route will take off on October 26, 2025. Starting then, Iberia will operate 4 flights a week to Orlando International Airport, MCO, using Airbus A330 aircraft, which can carry 254 passengers. Over the course of the season, the airline expects to offer more than 46,000 seats on this route. Orlando is a world-famous travel hotspot, drawing millions of visitors each year to its legendary theme parks, including Walt Disney World and Universal Studios. But there's more to the city than just amusement parks. It's also home to Port Canaveral, a major player in the space industry, and the Orange County Convention Center, one of the largest convention venues in the world. Maria Jesus Lopez Solas, Iberia's Director of Sales, Customers, Network Development and Alliances, explained the airline's decision to launch the route. "We are excited to introduce these new routes next winter. Our partnership with Disney Destinations makes Orlando a standout choice for the Christmas season." Kevin J. Thiebaud, CEO of the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority, also welcomed the new addition, stating, "We are pleased to introduce Iberia's non-stop Madrid service at MCO. This partnership reflects our ongoing effort to enhance global connections. Thanks to Iberia and our Air Services Development team for strengthening ties between these vibrant destinations. The flights will operate 4 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Flight IB339 will depart Madrid at 11:30, arriving in Orlando at 16:45. The return flight IB340 will leave Orlando at 18:20, landing in Madrid at 7:55 the next morning. Beyond Orlando, Iberia is also ramping up its presence in Brazil by launching 2 new routes to Recife, REC, and Fortaleza, FOA. These will complement its existing services to São Paulo, GRU, and Rio de Janeiro, GIG, where the airline currently offers 14 flights per week to São Paulo and 5 to Rio. Flights to Recife will begin on December 13, 2025, operating 3 times a week and increasing to 5 in February 2026. Fortaleza flights will launch on January 19, 2026, starting with 3 weekly services and expanding to 4 the following month. Iberia will use its Airbus A321XLRs for these routes, a next-generation aircraft that entered its fleet in November 2024. This narrow-body jet has a range of up to 7,500 kilometers and delivers over 40% fuel savings compared to larger wide-body models. Featuring the airspace cabin, the A321XLRs seats 182 passengers across business and economy classes. Maria Jesus Lopez Solas emphasized the aircraft's role in Iberia's growth strategy, saying, "With the A321XLRs, we can explore new Atlantic routes, assess demand, and adjust our services accordingly." The new Brazilian routes are expected to drive more tourism and economic exchange between Spain and Brazil. Marcelo Freixo, president of Embrata/Visit Brazil, pointed out the positive impact. These flights will connect Spanish tourists to Brazil's northeast, known for its beaches, cuisine, and culture. In 2024, Spanish tourist numbers increased by 13%, and this expansion will support further growth. Recife's acting governor, Priscilla Kraus, described the new route as a major win for local tourism and business links with Europe. Eduardo Loyo, president of Empeta, added that the Recife flights are the result of negotiations that began in 2023, aimed at strengthening tourism in the northeast region. The Recife service will see flight YB139 departing Madrid at 12:45, arriving in Recife at 17:45. The return flight IB140 will leave Recife at 19:15, arriving in Madrid at 7:15 the next morning. Iberia's Fortaleza service kicks off in January 2026, providing another direct link between Spain and Brazil's northeast. The governor of Ceará, Elmano de Freitas, stressed the route's strategic importance. This new flight strengthens ties between Spain and Ceará, expands access for tourists and investors, and enhances Cearà's position as a global destination. We will continue promoting the region in Spain and other markets to ensure the success of this route. Both Recife and Fortaleza are renowned for their beautiful beaches, warm weather, and cultural richness. Recife, often called the Brazilian Venice, is crisscrossed by rivers and dotted with colonial-era bridges. It's also a haven for scuba divers, with over 30 shipwreck sites. Fortaleza, meanwhile, is famous for its beaches, such as Iracema and Meireles, as well as landmarks like the Fortress of Our Lady of the Assumption. For the winter 2025 to 2026 season, Iberia will operate flights to 4 Brazilian cities: Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, Recife, and Fortaleza, offering nearly 284,000 seats between Spain and Brazil. Fortaleza flights will run on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Flight YB149 will depart Madrid at 12:40, arriving in Fortaleza at 17:30. The return flight, IB150, will leave Fortaleza at 1900, arriving in Madrid at 06:45 the next morning. With these expansions, Iberia is making bold moves in both North and South America, strengthening its global footprint. Stay tuned for more updates, subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on social media for the latest aviation news.